Hello and welcome to the next episode of our Resistance playthrough. Now, in the last episode we have taken control of the US and also the mission phases are now 2 weeks long and we are preparing to go into space. Now, what we need to do is of course a lot of research. And why we do this, we wait for the rocketry project to unlock and also to finish these kind of researches here now. And also what we saw at the end of last episode, that the new orgs that are available, we need them. There's another boost one, there's also another admin one with persuasion and science. And then there's also the interpret consulting with another admin. So that's a lot of points we could get. And therefore Canada is going to get spoiled again for all the money they can give us. And also I'm going to diverge here now. So there are two paths forward. One is to go with the kind of investment setup as I have done it here now. So welfare is pulling down the inequality, which in return will over time pull up the cohesion value. And we are very close to zero currently, which is a problem. And so the rest value is at zero, and it would go down to zero over time. And the other strategy is to relatively aggressively push the cohesion value up temporarily to just get the benefits of a higher cohesion value, which is more science earlier, instead of playing the long game here. I am, however, very satisfied with the boost value that we have here, so I'm going to abandon the balanced approach here. So we still need a little bit of spoils, and I'm going to fully commit into knowledge here. A, we get more science output from this, and B, we also do get cohesion from this. We could go into unity to get cohesion from this. The thing is that the cohesion gains we get here are only temporary, so they are not changing our cohesion rest value. It just pushes the cohesion value up against the natural decay. What I want to achieve is a little bit of a small cheese here. If we get above 2 cohesion, we can declare wars and get cohesion from the war declarations, but we do need to be above 2 here. And we have to make sure that we are staying over 7 democracy. I think these are the two values that we have to keep an eye on. If I'm not completely mistaken, or something has been changed in the past here, or recently. So what we are doing is we're also going to push public opinion further in the US, because it's also pushing up the cohesion rest value. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to start advising in the US. Advice is a new mission that we didn't look at yet, but we provide expertise to the nation. The Council of Science, Command and Administration values will improve the target research, combat and financial performance.
Offering counsel.
This means that we are going to get an increase of investment points and science output, and theoretically our military score here. So what our military fighting capabilities are. But we are not going to use that further for now. So instead I'm going to continue fixing Guatemala here. No, wait a second, there is an alien activity first. Afterwards we go back to that. And this guy here can just do the unrest missions further, because we have nothing else to do for now. So we are going to get more science, we are going to get more cohesion, which is also giving us more science, because a cohesion value of around 5 is significantly more science, so it scales with that as well with education and government. But this is a very unstable approach here, so I would recommend to go with the setting that I used. I'm going to just have a bit of fun here and push our goals really quickly, because we do have a really nice situation here currently. Which means that we are going to invest 25 points currently into knowledge and then 4 into spoils here. Which is going to give us a decent amount of money, so that we hopefully can buy the orgs that we want here, which is going to get us more boost, more admin, more persuasion, more science, and everything we need. And that's exactly what we want here. And we still want, so we get 13% more investment points and 8% more research here. So that's going to be a tiny bit, plus 43, and also plus, I don't know what it was beforehand, but we get around 4 more investment points into knowledge from this. So we are going to get around 0.15 cohesion from this per month. Yeah, 0.15. So that's pretty good. And hopefully we can get above above 2 before something other happens that drops our cohesion down again. There are events
Our case remains unheard.
which are caused by the aliens which can drop it down. Okay, this is the project we wanted. It gives us the reduces boost cost. So we get a velocity of 5.6 kps on our rockets, or rather an efficiency of that. And now we can temporarily go out of this one. We won this race. This one is also going to finish. So Mass Drivers is next. We want to use, instead of space tax, we go into chemical rocketry here now. And also, let's see. Let's do like this for the moment. Let's see what happens now.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Permanent for now. There we
Types
go.
of people in this.
And we are going to pick up Mission to the Moon now. Because we have everything in place that we need. More or less. We still need the mass drivers and the mining module here, the mining tech here. So we should keep going with full speed on mass drivers actually. And then also full speed into the interplanetary chemical rockets. Although this could wait a little bit. We want the probes to be finished before Mission to the Moon is finished, so this is fine. And space tax needs to be finished before we finish mining. Or we don't need that necessarily for the space tax. No, we don't necessarily need that for the lunar base. That's not necessary. But if you can make it work, that would be nice as well. So, we got some money already, so we can buy this one. This one is going to go onto Valerie because this increases, therefore, our investments in the US and the science output in the US. And we get flat 22 science on top of that. So that's perfect. And the question is, where do we put this one? I think on someone where we do not really care about right now. Maybe this guy here, so Otis, because we don't need to get more than 12 persuasion for now. But the next 421... Oh, Outpost Core. Yes. I forgot, we also need to research this one. So, probe says to... Or do we just finish probes and then do Outpost tab? Let's try it like this. Let's see what happens. So let's push probes out and then the Outpost tab. On the other hand... Yeah, we want the faster probes to the moon. Let's do it like this. We do have really a good science output. 1.1k. Oh, perfect. They have taken another priority tech for us. Nuclear fission in space. That's going to get the fission pile, which we need for Mars. So this is a perfect setup now. We push for the mining tech. We push for the project that we need. And we slowly push for moon and fission. So everything is falling into place as we need it here now. And we now can probably see the impact of our knowledge priority here.
The alien is taking people, Commander. We need to learn why.
There was something, yeah. There were the abductions that we saw. So our consul has investigated some of the reported abductions, interviewing residents and local authorities. The local government continues to deny that anything has happened, and in fact has done its best to actively hinder us. Though we have no proof as of yet, we suspect that other organizations are pulling strings to block our investigations. Despite the obstacles, our consul has confirmed that a small but statistically significant number of people and aliens have gone missing in the area since the alien crash landing. This is disturbing news. Many among our faction had clung to the hope that despite the secrecy, the intention of the alien towards our species might be benevolent, or at least neutral. These apparent abductions leave little chance of that, but what is their purpose? So we have to research alien methods now, so what are they doing in detail when it comes available, but we are going to delay this because for now, We need to focus on space. We don't need the super heavy rockets for now. What we do need is to actually buy this one here. So Otis, as we discussed, should get this one. And we maybe want to... No, we want to not risk losing this one. So this has to wait. We maybe buy the other one afterwards. We still need a bit of money for this. So Valerie is going to do the advice again. We can't for some reason.
Ready for my mission.
Acknowledged.
Oh, we
Making our case.
the orc cost us, right?
Acknowledged.
Yeah, buying
We
the
must
orc just
persuade
cost
the
us
people.
influence, so
Your
that's
orders?
a problem. Yeah, this one doesn't cost
Where do you
influence
need me?
either, so we have run
Ready to
out of
go.
influence for now. But in the next mission phase we can go back to advising. So that's okay, and we are going to go back to ground actually.
Initiating deep cover.
And
Where
Ian
to?
should stay here. On
Restoring
stabilizing Guatemala, which is building an army for us. So, let's keep going. Base dock is our future shipyard.
Red.
And we do get a lot of money here. Of course, we are also ruining Canada quite heavily here now. But that's fine.
Our
don't
cause
mind.
is unjustified to them.
And high thrust probes is done, and now we can go into the outpost core here, which we need to finish before... This is actually fine. We are going to see like 20 days before the probe on the moon arrives, so we don't need to rush this extremely hard, but we can boost up... Can we get this one? Yes. So we can get the interplanetary chemical rockets before we finish Moon. That's ideal, because then we have the lowered boost cost already to fly to the Moon here.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Permanent here
Long
as well.
live the revolution.
The situation remains
Failure,
chaotic.
really. The problem is that we are going down by 0.14 cohesion per month currently. I think, yeah, we can't counter that even with the knowledge priority. So maybe my plan is not going to work out. Thought it was only 0.1, but maybe that got changed recently. We do have enough money though, so we should buy the orc as well on Valerie here. There we go. And then Otis is going to get the money income here. Yeah, I think that's not going to work out. If we would be able to get above 2, we could cheese some cohesion by declaring war, but apparently this is not possible anymore. I still want to push knowledge a bit to stabilize the cohesion at least, so that we can push out our global technologies as quickly as possible. What we can do, however, is still declare war to get a temporary higher cohesion value.
Ready.
So I'm going to advise again,
Lending my expertise.
and I
Your
actually
orders.
can afford
Standing
to do a set national policy here, because we have a decent income of influence again. We also have a bit of experience, and we are in the new orc phase, so we can get another command thing here. So I'm going to just pick that up because it also gives us science, so this is perfect. This one would be a nice one. If we can get to 61 influence, that would be perfect, but I don't see that happening because plus 5% knowledge would be awesome. But that's unlikely to be achieved here. So we can get another admin here. But that's it. Yeah, all the others cannot be upgraded. So we are at 65 income per month. We would need to keep all the influence that we have just to achieve this. Or do another influence project, which I don't want to do. So that's something I don't want to. Big question is, we are going to lose the race for mission to the moon now. Which is fine for me, but we are not going to be able to pick another one here. Yeah, I think that's fine though. But let's keep pushing science here. And we're going to do a war
I will
declaration.
help them.
Question is, what would we attack? We have rivalries with Cuba and Venezuela. I think I want to go after Cuba here. That's easier. Ah, by the way, we don't need to spoil the USA anymore, and we can also go back to our new old template here, just to slowly spoil Canada and not heavily spoil Canada.
We laud the Romans.
So now we see that we have 36
rather
investment
than
points into
exterminating
knowledge here.
other nations. But we should not forget that their siege weapons.
So, mass drivers is done. Space mining is next. Okay. So, this is going to finish. This is going to finish. Can we pull this up now? Yes. So, space mining is going to be the most important afterwards. The problem is that they might not pick Mission to Mars here, which would be ideal. So we have to see how we handle this. If they don't pick Mission to Mars, that would be a small delay, but, well, it's gonna be fine. And yeah, let's rush to that. We do have a pretty good income of boost here, 15.5. That's a lot. We push knowledge to make everything even faster. We are up to 1.2k now.
Mission complete.
And if we declare war here on Cuba, what it will do is that we are going to see that our cohesion rest value, because we get +1 from wars, is now 1.2. So our rest value just went up a tiny bit. And that's good. Well, not a tiny bit, but from almost 0 to 1.2, which is at least closer to 1.5 where we are now. So with the public opinions that we do, we are at least in the same range now. And yeah, ideally we get it further up, which we can do by public opinion. And then maybe we have to reduce unrest a tiny bit further to get us above 2 as a threshold. Okay, interplanetary chemical rockets is done. Now we do need the space tugs here, but we don't need to rush this. Because the most important thing would be the mission to Mars, where this comes into play, 11% time. So now we just want this one to be finished faster. We don't need to finish it before mission to Mars and Moon, but similarly would be nice. So this is a good setup for now, and let's keep going. And also there are no other orcs we want here, except for the one with influence here on knowledge output, but we're not able to afford this.
Standing by.
Ready.
At your
Yeah, I'm going to
service.
keep pushing public opinion here. We could also use Unity for this a little bit. Then we don't need the public campaigns anymore. I think that's a good idea. And then we can use
Where to?
Otis to, for example, push public opinion in... it's very... I want something with a lot of population, because we get more influence the more population does like us. Likes me. So the cheapest would be Pakistan here.
You must persuade the people.
And then the second
What's the
best would be this one. No, Indonesia probably, right? Who else has a lot of population? Indonesia, Pakistan. Okay, so we go to... Oh, you have terrible chances here. And that's bad. Can we do... Oh, Nigeria maybe. Can we pull off Nigeria?
Standing by for orders.
So Valerie is going to
Offering
advise.
counsel.
Ready.
Felicia.
Ready for orders.
Kirsten was. Kirsten, can you go to Nigeria here? 47%. Doesn't feel like a good idea, so we are going to stick.
I will try to sway the public.
Ready for my mission.
So we are going to stick Kirsten into the US again. And you are going to keep pushing Liberia here, because we just need the experience
People
points
demand justice.
on Felicia. We are not going to do anything about the war, we're just going to let it tick. It will cost us a bit of government score over time, but we can afford that. It's more about the cohesion rest value that we pull it up so that we are in a better shape. This is something for later. The Interplanetary Warship Project. Supply depot is also something for later.
Offering assistance.
Permanent as well of Valerie. And now we see that we up to 34 nesting points. So really good. And knowledge is also significantly higher. It's really good here. And let's see. We are going to wrap up the Moon Project in a few days here. Perfect.
Things are stabilizing.
The people will come to our
Plus
side.
1%.
Public
That's going
opinion
to
remains unmoved.
change nothing there.
People will be free.
Okay, just do it and garner some support there, unrest there. Outpost core done. And we can go into something that we don't need urgently. So I think I'm going to go into the alien methods to progress our quest line. And now we can just push hard on the global projects here. Yes. Maybe we get lucky with some
Trillions of dollars
other
just
orcs
sitting
here.
up there, yet still the regulators drag their heels.
Yeah, they picked Deep System Skywatch and I just launched a probe. So Deep System Skywatch is not ideal because it delays us a bit. But we can... We don't need nuclear fission if we don't have mission to Mars. So we just push space mining and Deep System Skywatch. And let's see when our probe will arrive here. Oh, that was a bit too far out. I just want to see on Luna here. So our probe arrives on the 6th of October. At that point, it would be ideal that we have space tags done. Can we achieve this? No, not really. So this doesn't matter. So we can keep it on low priority. And there's nothing else we urgently need here. We could consider going into the information science lab here relatively soonish. Because the information science lab, if we put it into a station on Earth, it would give us science. And it would also give us investments into knowledge priority, which we are currently doing on the US.
We'll be ready for new
So
orders
that would be
soon.
useful as well. Plus 30% in total if we make 10 of those modules. But we don't have the resources for this yet. But that's going to be solved with Moon and Mars pretty soon. So now we see gains of... So we got last month 0.16 from knowledge. And let's see how much we are going to get this month with a little bit in Unity. And we can see here that our rest value has gone up to 1.7 now from the higher public opinion, which is getting pushed from the public campaigns and also the Unity investments here. So now we are going to start ticking up by 0.1. Okay, so ticking up is 0.1 and going down is 0.15. So that got changed apparently recently. Oh, we could have taken new orcs here. Ah, the Arcana Fund is still there. That's good. And we do have another science orc available, which we can buy. So that's of course going to go on our scientist here. It's going to get us funding, boost energy and space program, nothing we care about right now. And then we do have an intelligence thingy, which should go onto the guy that's going to go long term into investigation. So that's this one. And the Arcana Fund, as soon as we can afford it, we're going to pick it up. The mission phase is now ending, okay. But we cannot afford this right now, but in a few days we can.
Standing by.
Let's do
We'll
an
turn down the heat.
unrest
At
here.
your service.
We also have to
Reporting
opt for another investigation here, but we can do this next turn as well. Yeah. I think we can jump forward a little bit until our stuff on the moon has arrived. And until then, we just push the science as it is set up right now.